Okay, so this cup has about 3 to 4 mLs of epoxy already on it. It's been sitting for a couple minutes, and I'm going to glitter it with Opal Dreams from LMNOP Design Boutique. This is going to be a Dunkin' cup for a sweet girl I know who asked for it. It's going to be a fall Dunkin' cup. So I'm just going to get my base coat of glitter going. I work out of medicine cups when I have a glitter that didn't come in a shaker. It's just easiest for me to just scoop it back up off the paper and keep going. This is going to get a drip on the top edge as well. I don't believe I've showed you guys a drip cup yet. So, actually I know I haven't, because I haven't done a successful one since I've done this channel. So, we will walk through that process together. It's been on my to-do list for months, so this actually forces me to do that. Just gotta get the bottom. And I am not going to spin this to let it dry. I'm just going to put it on my drying rack. But I am going to pat it down quick right now. This is not a very fluid epoxy at the moment. I mixed it up, applied it to this cup and another cup that was getting glittered, and then did a cup on the turner, so it was sitting on here a while, and it should be pretty well holding in place at this point. So that is pretty well patted down. I'm gonna wipe off my top lip just to make sure there's no big chunkies sticking up over the edge. And I'm gonna double check the bottom rim. And I'm going to go pop this on the drying rack and let it dry, and then it'll be ready for a flood coat and the water slide after that. I probably won't bring you back for the flood coat. I will probably bring you back when it's ready for the water slide and the drip. Okay, so I am ready to get the water slide on this one. This is also going to get a drip, but I am going to do the water slide and then epoxy before I do the drip, because I don't want to mess up the drip and screw up the entire cup. So it's getting this one. This is mirrored because I'm going to do it upside down. So I'm going to get that in the water, get my cup damp where I'm going to put the water slide. And you're going to think I'm putting it too low on the cup. I'm doing that for a reason, because of the drip, because I want the drips to have good room to come down. So, and this is that HIIPOO water slide that I love so much. And I printed this mirrored. I do have a video up on how I do my water slides. So, if you want to see how I print my water slides, it is up there. And then I have a separate video that I did a while back on how I seal them. I'm trying to see if this is straight. I think that looks pretty good. So being down here, it gives me a good bit of space for the drips that will be going on here. And the drips are going to be pink and orange. So I'm just going to, I squeegeed it, now I'm going to blot it. I'm going to blot out to the edges. And I'm going to let that water slide dry and then get a layer of resin on there. And then I'm going to do, I'm kind of torn. I'd like to skip the step and just go straight to the drips, but I'm so afraid of messing them up that I'm like gun shy about it. So, I don't know. I may change my mind and just go for it and do the drips. I don't know. But I'm probably going to epoxy and then do the drips. Just play it safe this once. So, I will be back when I'm ready to do the drips. Okay, so I am prepping to do the drip part of this cup. So, my cup is ready for the drip. It's pretty smooth. I have some KS resin liquidy split mixed up, which I'm going to split in about half. Okay. So that's close enough. And I'm going to make these drips orange and pink. So I'm going to use mica powders for this. So I'm going to scoop some orange into one. And mix that in. And I may just add a couple of drops of alcohol ink to this to darken it up a tiny bit. So I have Tim Holtz Valencia here. Just gonna put a couple drops in. You don't want to use too much. There. I like that color. Okay, so this one's ready to sit and thicken. So the key when doing a drip is to let your resin thicken up enough that it will move but not run completely off your cup unless that's the type of drip you want. So they say 45 minutes to an hour with your regular resins. Liquidy split is probably only going to take maybe 10, 15 at most. So I'm going to have to be very vigilant in watching these. That looks great too. I'm going to put just a drop. I had gumball pulled, but I don't think I want gumball. I'm actually going to use Señorita Magenta in this one. Because I want it more of a magenta pink than what I have in front of me. Perfect. So these will be my two drip colors. And I'm going to let them thicken. And I'm going to have to, like I said, keep a very close eye on it because these will thicken fast and go to the point of no return in a hurry. So I will be back when these are ready. Okay, so you can see this is getting relatively thick. I'm kind of watching my rate of drip down the edge of my cup. And again, I do want these to be relatively long drips. So I think I'm good with that. I'm going to keep my little sticks handy, but I'm going to switch to a larger stick to start. And I'm going to start on the back side. And this is going to be a little bit awkward. So I'm just going to load up my popsicle stick and scrape it off. And I'm going to kind of bounce around, skipping, because I'm going to fill in the rest of the spots with the pink. I don't want that drip there. Okay. When the epoxy starts to get warm, it starts to get stringy, and I'm really going to try my best not to let those stringers get all over the cup. And hopefully my pink isn't getting too hard over there while it's waiting its turn. Because let me tell you, this is sticky. Okay. All right. I'm gonna repeat with the pink. And I'm okay with these drips getting right up to my image line. I just don't want them to go much further than that, so I'm trying to get this pink on as quickly as possible so I can flip it if need be. And so I can take care of any cleanup bits that need it. So, my drips are all on. we're going to work on spreading. I do have a tiny bit more of my orange. I'm just going to look around the cup and see if I have any gappy spots. But I think I'm pretty good. I can't really tip this down for you to see the way it is right now, obviously. I am going to just torch it real quick. Just so if there are any big bubbles or anything, I can get rid of them. I'm grabbing another pair of gloves real quick. And I don't want to get all sticky. So I do have a couple places where I have a little bit of cleanup required. So the first thing I'm going to do to try to clean up is just take a popsicle stick and see if I can remove it that way. But at least get the bulk of it out of there. Then I'm going to have to come in with probably a Q-tip and some acetone. And I had some Q-tips here. I actually don't have any acetone in this room, so I'm going to go with alcohol, which might work. It's just a couple tiny spots. So let's see. Perfect. Good enough for me. I just touched that orange drip. Hopefully it'll lay back down. It should. All right. So that is essentially how my drip is going to look. I caught it just in time to be about perfect. I'm not even going to have to flip it, I don't think. So the last step for this one is some of these little sprinkles. In the drip. And I do not know where I got these sprinkles from. I think I ordered them on Amazon. I will try to find them. And I'm going to do a full layer of epoxy over this just to set the sprinkles in later and make sure they're not sharp and jagged if somebody went to drink out of this. But I think that's plenty of sprinkles. What do you think? That is my actual first drip cup, so not bad, not bad. I would be back to do that final coat of epoxy. Okay, so I am ready to get the resin on this one. I almost forgot to put her name on it, but I remembered. And I am going to go over my drips just to try and fill them in a little bit and soften up that line. So and to hopefully soften up some of these candies, the sprinkles. So I'm going to kind of make sure I get some resin in between the drips. Hopefully I'm not dislodging too many of them. I can feel a couple moving here and there. I just don't want them relocated elsewhere on the cup, really. So, and I did clean my rim off once already. That way I can make sure I get a good seal again. So, that is it. I'm going to bring you down for a close-up now. So, here we go. There's the name, some drippies, the decal, and the whole cup. I love it. So that is it for this one. Thank you so much for watching.